United Airlines. By now, you've all seen a United Airlines video, and you've heard so many different points of view to this story. The regular people in the world will look at that video and they'll say, whoa, United Airlines, WTF, like, what are you doing? You can't just go beating up people because you overbooked your flights. Well, you'll also hear some law enforcement types saying, well, United Airlines had every right to do that because it's a privately owned company and it's a privilege to travel, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me tell you the real point of view. And I'm going to take a little of both sides because usually that's how the truth is, right? There's a guy on the left side of the story, there's a guy on the right side of the story, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. United Airlines is a privately controlled company. It's government regulated, but it's a privately controlled company. If United Airlines decide they didn't want a passenger on their flight, they have every right to ask that passenger to leave. I don't have an issue with that. I really don't. I think they should still reevaluate their policies of overbooking and how to compensate people who can't fly, and yada, yada, yada. But as a privately owned company, they had every right to ask that gentleman to leave. That gentleman had every right to protest, and law enforcement was called to drag him off, which they had every right to do. The problem is that what kind of law enforcement agent would go onto a flight knowing a situation like we have a passenger and we need to get him off because we're D-bags and we need to get him off. What makes you think that you can treat another person like that? He's on an airplane. He's already gone through TSA. He's already had his butthole fingered. He's got no weapons. He's not a threat. You know that. He just doesn't want to get off the flight. What gives you the goddamn right? What badge, what oath did you take that says, I'm going to drag him off by his goddamn feet or arms or whatever it was, smacking his head on every goddamn piece of metal on the way by? Like, what makes you think that's okay? Yes, you had the right to try to remove him. Now, again, the video was short. I didn't see the whole thing of what happened, but I would assume at first you tried to de-escalate the situation with your words like a big boy. You know that thing your mommy taught you when you were 4? Use your words, sir. Sorry about this, but they don't want you here. Obviously, now you're causing a scene. You know, you keep going, you're gonna be breaking certain statutes, and we don't want that. So just, do yourself a favor.
Continue on
okay?
Road for 3 miles.
Maybe grab him under the arm at one point and kind of give him a tug or two. But to go at this guy like he was a goddamn African American getting pulled over for a speeding ticket is just insane. Those are the guys you beat, right? Isn't that what they teach in the law enforcement? Beat those guys, not some little Asian dude. And there was 2 of them, right? 2 of them. So if you did get to the point where you had to drag him off, which I don't think you should have had to do, I think you could have de-escalated the situation because that's what you're supposed to do. But if you did get to the point where you had to drag him off, why couldn't both of you grab him in like a fireman carry, I think, or whatever it's called? You got one guy on the arms, one guy on the legs, and you like when you're throwing your 3-year-old in bed and he doesn't want to go and you mommy go 1, 2, 3, and you chuck his little fucking in the bed. Why couldn't you have done that to the guy? Why'd you have to do what you did? I just don't get it. I mean, and then, yes, go after United Airlines for their horrible policies of overbooking. Okay, that's fine. Then, go after the law enforcement agent for being a fucking D-bag. But, at the end of the day, it was kind of the law enforcement agent's problem and his fault. Like, the video was not of USAA punching an Asian guy in the face. It was of law enforcement agents dragging a guy off a plane. USAA called them in because he wouldn't get off the plane. Or United Airlines called the law enforcement agent. But everybody's bitching at United Airlines when really, why aren't they protesting that fucking federal marshal or whoever he was for treating someone with such disrespect? How would you like it if fucking dragged your punk ass off without your little fucking badge protecting you? Jesus Christ, what's wrong with people in America? That's that topic.